Hello and welcome to Heavy Metal Rex. My name is Awais, and today I've got Xavier here who brought his 22 WRX and this very unique exhaust. Xavier, you want to tell us a little bit about this exhaust?
All right, so essentially, there's in the Subi world, ETS, MAPerformance, and I believe Nameless are kind of the three big titans when it comes to the Subis. You know, they're the exhaust that a lot of people go after. This one I love mostly because of the loop. It's such a wonky look, but it gives it character. And the one audio clip that I could find, the only one, which was the manufacturer one, it essentially kind of sounds like the rumble is back, which, as we know on the FA, it just kind of went away. So I was, intrigued, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to try to buy it and get it, check it out for myself.
All right, so what we have here is, it's actually 3 inches from the back of the J-pipe all the way to 2.5 where it splits, coming up to 4-inch, they're actually double walled as well, so 4-inch double walled tips, which are already welded. So the part that's actually gonna go on is back here, and this is, I'll be honest, it's pretty unwieldy for just an axe back because it's like pretty heavy over here, but I'm curious to see what this sounds like because like Xavier said, there are no clips of this anywhere that we've been able to find. So you got this from VB Performance. Yep. So if you're looking for this exhaust, check out VB Performance. They have it. I actually just talked to Melanie and she was like, wait a minute, is that the one that I sent? And I was like, yeah, I think it's the one and only that you've sent so far. So the one clip that Takeda does have is, I mean, it sounds really good, but we're gonna actually get the exhaust sounds of the car stock, and then we'll get the exhaust sounds with this on pretty much in the same distance so you guys can hear it and see what it sounds like. Okay, so since I have installed an exhaust before, we actually installed Jordan's MAPerformance exhaust. That was an axle back. I'm not gonna go through the whole like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We're just gonna kind of get in there and get it installed.
Through it because it's like all the nest.
I'll show you the stuff about the, because people always ask about the resonator and stuff on these, so we'll talk about the resonator when we get underneath the car. But besides that, it's a pretty easy install. It's a catback, so I'm not too concerned. All right, so for the catback, this is where we need to take this off, and there's actually a couple of exhaust hangers down that way that we need to remove as well. And I'd say most, if not all, catbacks actually just bolt up to the stock J-pipe now, so it's like less of a worry. Whereas the VA, you actually have to get a gasket, a reducer for it. So we're gonna go get the tools and we're gonna take this sucker off. So we're actually gonna be reusing this hardware. Okay, so so this thingy broke. This is actually the nut and bolt that hold the catback to the J-pipe, and it completely broke. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but it's so rusted. I am surprised that it is rusted this much. That, I mean, we were yanking on it, and I guess, Xavier Superman over here, and he snapped it in half, which is unfortunate. Now, I do have a bolt and nut set for a VA WRX, which we tried on here. It does not work. So we are gonna drive my car to Home Depot and find some replacements for this. We're gonna take this with us. We're gonna get the same nut, and we're gonna get the same size bolt. That is actually really annoying. I really didn't expect there to be an issue like this, but the fact that this happened is very, very annoying. And I mean, how many miles are on this car?
19,700, and it's a year and 2 months old.
God damn it, Subaru. If you're gonna, this is what I'll say, Subaru. Charge me an extra $200 on the car and just put better goddamn bolts everywhere. Better studs, better bolts, better nuts, because this is unacceptable. So we're gonna go get some stuff, so we'll be right back. Before we left for Home Depot, you can see that here is what happened. We actually ended up breaking this, which is amazing that this was rusted. And I mean, I didn't feel like we were putting that much pressure on it, and it just ended up snapping. So we actually went to Home Depot and just we built our own kit. It was like, it was M8 bolts, M8 by 1.25, and we just put like a crush washer on it with a regular washer, and we just got a nut, and we just ended up making our own. And plus, these are zinc plated, And so they'll be rust resistant. I don't know if they're rust proof, but they'll be rust resistant. So none of this crap that Subaru gave us. So actually we test fitted this and everything is completely fine. Where is it? No, we test fitted this. So everything is completely fine. Now we're actually just gonna put these on and get the, well, first we still need to take the, the backside of the catback off still. So we're hoping the second one doesn't break, but this is what it looks like. This is what we built. All right, so the way that this is set up is actually in two pieces. So here, Xavier is holding the back piece, the Y pipe, basically that's gonna be connecting to the axle back. We got the front piece that's gonna connect to the J pipe over here. And then of course, the little spoolies sitting over there. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna try to set up the camera underneath the car. It's really difficult because my stand doesn't fit. So we're gonna at least start with this, and then we'll set up the camera in the back to where we can attach that. Now these guys actually slide on. They're not V-bands, which I was actually kind of hoping that they were V-bands. Here, it's like, it wants to focus on your face. So these will slide on, and it actually has these type of, where's the other one?
Here.
Oh, I was like, dude, where'd it go? It's just got these kind of bands, which this is what my MAPerformance one had. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just, you know, V-bands are just slightly nicer. So not a difficult installation. We actually were able to get the second, let me actually tell you guys. We were actually able to get the second bolt and nut off without breaking it. That one was fairly simple. I don't really know. We don't know what happened with that one, but everything is off now. So everything is on. It was pretty easy, just like any regular axle back. No real issues once we sorted out the issue with the J pipe on. This is going to be first start. This is actually cold start. Are the keys in the car?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you take a muffler off. All right, so it's our first drive with the exhaust on, and already it sounds good. You can hear the exhaust in the car. That's a big benefit over stock. Stock, you can't hear anything. So we'll see. We'll see how you like it.
5. It sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, already once, because that's cruising. We're at 2,400. Giving a little gas, 2,500, and it's not loud at all. But it's just enough to.
When we get to where we headed to AutoZone, we get like a nice open road. We can kind of get on it over there.
Okay.
Here, just be a little careful. Like I said, there's a lot of cops here. But overall, with a catback, what you want is you don't want drone. You don't want it to be obnoxiously loud, but you want to be able to hear it once you actually get on the car. Which stock exhaust, those of you who don't have an exhaust yet, you'll notice that it is quiet.
Very quiet.
It is quiet.
Super.
So with this one, I don't know how much the swirliness of that exhaust is how much of a difference that's gonna make sound-wise. But I look forward to hearing what it sounds like when you are on full throttle. And you're tuned right now.
Not at all.
That's right. This is a complete stock car. Okay, so.
Damn. Oh no, there's a what's it called? I have a jack thing at the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
I was
what
like,
it was.
what is that? Because there's something rattling. Okay, a lot has happened today. We just came back from our drive. The exhaust sounds really good. We were talking about how the rounded portion of the exhaust could be considered of some sort of muffling instead of it just being a straight pipe. And it kind of tells. It's not like obnoxiously loud, but of course it is just a catback. I want to point out that we ended up breaking both bolts underneath. And actually, this one was on the car and we were just trying to torque it down because there was some rattling, and I think it was just this area. And while trying to torque this also broke. So now we are running with just one. Xavier is, of course, just going to take it easy until Thursday. We're going to meet up again, and we'll go to Subaru and we'll pick up replacements because that pipe is being pushed in from the back anyway. It's not going to go anywhere, so there's not a whole lot of stress on the bolt that is down there. But that is really, really, really annoying because these are really shitty. And the fact that they both broke, it's incredibly frustrating. This didn't happen to me, which is weird because mine also should have been rusted. But I mean, you said you're only at like 19,000 miles.
19, yeah.
That is, I don't know what to say. Here.
So the exhaust, like I said, yeah, it's nice. It's nice and deep. It opens it up. The awesome thing is the pops. Whenever you're really going on it, and you shift up real quick, it'll pop like 2 to 4 times real quick with every shift. And yeah, no, I'm really surprised by it. It opens it up just enough, really what I wanted and needed, and not being too obnoxious, which is great. So, but yeah, these studs, man, these things are just...
We were done.
We were done.
I was like, you know what? I just want to torque it down because I don't feel comfortable not torquing it down.
Of course.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. Should have just left it as is.
Just left it as is and just kept it, and then just been on Thursday. All right, replace everything. Yeah. It's okay. We'll get it done.
We're going to replace it Thursday anyway, so.
Exactly.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's not a big deal.
So still to this day, like we talked about, there's actually there's no like YouTube videos on this exhaust, at least none that we could find. This is probably the first one, other than like the one that AFE already has. So hopefully, you know what? Make sure to shoot them an email, let them know like they made it. We'll let Felix Performance know because that's where you got it. You got it from Felix Performance, and so they can use these clips as exhaust as well. Actually, the ones that we did of just us recording, so you'll have it. So if you're looking for an exhaust that's not super duper loud, but also does really wake up the car when you're on full throttle, this is really not a bad option. Plus, I know you can't really see the swirliness outside of the car, but what you can see is these incredibly large 4-inch tips. That's what they're actually 4-inch tips, and they look crazy. And actually, they look really cool. They stand out of the car pretty damn well. Anyway, Xavier, thank you for bringing the car. I appreciate it. Felix, thank you for like sending this stuff over. You guys are always really, really good. As you can see, I'm repping the shirt that you guys gave me forever ago. Hope you guys found this video informative. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.